I like this one, I like that one, I like that one. Why not just get them all? This is one of my favorite scents ever in life. Here we are, 70 to 80 bottles later. Hey y'all, I'm Timby. Welcome to my channel, All Things Timby. So here I'm going to be talking about perfume, skincare, and like lifestyle stuff. So basically all things Timby. We are starting off with my perfume collection. I started this because I put my perfumes up on Instagram and a lot of people wanted to know more about the collection, wanted to see all of what I have. And so I figured why not just join the YouTube fragrance community and start talking about one of my, I guess, hidden passions, right? So a little bit of background, I guess. I started this collection probably back in 2017. So it's been growing for what, at this point, about 5 years. I was looking for a signature scent. Like my mom wore Chanel No. 5. My grandmother wore Shalimar. I hear those names and I can, number one, smell them. But also I immediately think of like my mom or my grandma. So signature scent. As I'm looking for signature scents, because like there are a few fragrances that I've worn in longevity, but I always wanted something more. So as I'm looking for my signature scent, it's like, okay, I like this one, I like that one, I like that one. Why not just get them all? Initially, I started kind of conservatively, so it's like, okay, there's no need for me to have like 20 bottles of perfume. Like, that's crazy. But the end of 2018 was really hard for me for a couple reasons. And so when I emerged in 2019, I decided that like, this is a thing that makes me happy. I like buying perfume. I like the different fragrances. I like looking at the different notes and everything like that. So I'm just going to keep buying them. So that's what I did. And here we are, 70 to 80 bottles later. I am going to go through my collection. I'm going to try to break them up. I'm not going to go into great detail about all of them because we would be here all day. In subsequent videos, I'll talk about the fragrances a little bit more, talk about the notes and all of that stuff. So if there's anything here that you see and you want to know more about, just let me know down in the comments and I'll try to get to those first. But right now, let's just get into what we have. All right, so first we are going to get into my celebrity fragrances. So we have here some Rihanna, Ariana Grande, etc. If you know, you know. To start off here, we have Sofia by Sofia Vegara. This is reminiscent of like Coco Mademoiselle, but it has a red berry note instead of orange. This is Ariana Grande Cloud. Again, if you know, you know. This is a supposed dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540. They smell very similar, I will say, but they don't smell exactly alike. I can tell the difference on myself, but I don't think I can tell the difference on another person, to be honest. But obviously, I like Cloud on its own. I wear it very often. Next we go here. This is brand new to my collection. Like I literally got this a couple days ago. This is Eilish by Billie Eilish. It's like a vanilla. I haven't worn it at all, so I don't know. I guess maybe we'll do a review one day. Let's see. This is Britney Spears Fantasy. This is one I don't wear it on its own very often anymore. A lot of times I use this to layer with other fragrances when I want to add a little bit of sweetness to it. And I also do that with this. This is Jessica Simpson Fancy, and it does the same thing. The Britney Spears is more of a creamy vanilla, where this one is more like a burnt caramel type sweetness. So they add sweetness but in different ways. And then we get into my Rihanna fragrances. This, I guess if you could say I had a signature back in the day, this is one. When it first came out, like I wore this almost exclusively. I wore this one until, oh, and that's sorry, I forgot to say the name. It's the Rihanna Rebel Fleur, the original. And then the Rebel Fleur Love Always came out. And this is kind of a creamier, mellow version of the other one. This is my second big bottle of this fragrance because I absolutely loved it. We have Reb'l, which I love this. This smells like a ginger-infused chocolate-covered strawberry. For some reason, I like smelling it on me when I'm in the bed. And then we have Nude. This is a really nice, it's like guava, so fruity, tropical fragrance and kind of a skin scent. This is her Riri line. I didn't get any of the flankers of this, but this one is like just a nice fruity, sweet scent. Of course, we round out with Fenty. This is a polarizing fragrance. Like, I think people either love it or hate it. I love it. It gives me blueberry and spicy wood. So I don't know what you wouldn't like about that. All right, now we're going to move into my designer fragrances. We are going to start with my favorite designer house. This is iconic. You think Perfumes, or I think Perfumes. I think Chanel, like the iconic Chanel No. 5 bottle. Also, my mom, well, I think I mentioned this before, my mom wore Chanel No. 5, so I literally grew up with my house essentially smelling like Chanel No. 5. So these are my Chanels. And I have probably more just Chanel than anything else at this point. So, like I said, Chanel No. 5, it is a classic. I do not own a bottle of the original because that's my mom's fragrance. Like, my mommy wears Chanel No. 5. That's hers. I let her have it. I have one of the flankers, Chanel No. 5 Low. This is the lightest version of that. That's about all I can handle to wear personally. And then we get into the Cocos. So I have Coco Chanel. If you are building a fragrance collection or perfume collection, this is one you want to have in there. It's easy grab all through the year, and it's a really nice fragrance. I also have the original Coco Chanel. I don't really wear this one, but I like the way it smells. We have Coco Chanel Noir. This is my absolute favorite Chanel fragrance. It's very like deep, alluring, kind of mysterious feeling. It leans a little bit masculine, but it's still very feminine at the same time. And now we go into our chances. So I have Chanel Chance. This is the Eau de Parfum. I don't have the Toilette because they essentially smell the same. Chanel Chance on Tendre. And I have Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche. These are really good. Like if you're, again, just starting out kind of young, you want to get into Chanel, they're very good for that. This is Chanel Gabrielle. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this one. This is one of my top work fragrances. Next we have Chanel Allure. This is one that I don't wear. This smells like 1987 in a bottle, but it reminds me of my childhood, so I love it for that reason, and that's why I have it. Lastly, another one of my top Chanel fragrances. This is Bleu de Chanel. This is the men's cologne, the Eau de Parfum version. And yes, I wear it. I don't know if you can see it in here, but it's almost halfway gone because I wear it that much. It is a masculine cologne, but on me, it still works. So it's very citrus based and it has a little bit of sweetness, and I don't know, I just like it. All right, and now we move on to our next tray. On this tray, oh Jesus. On this tray, we have the House of Guerlain and Dolce&Gabbana. So I mentioned that I think of perfume, I think of Chanel. I also think of the House of Guerlain because my grandmother wore Shalimar. And this is one of my favorite scents ever in life. Like, I will never wear this because it's also very heavy and it smells like a 70, 80-year-old lady. But I love it because this is what my grandmother smells like, right? This bottle is my grandmother's last bottle of Shalimar, so it is very near and dear to me. I don't wear it, but I will spray it again if I'm like missing my grandma. I actually have my own version of Shalimar, which is the Shalimar Souffle de Parfum or Souffle de Parfum. This is a slightly lighter version of the original Shalimar. It has like a creamy lemon in it, and my grandma, she actually smelled this and she liked it, and she was very impressed that I was wearing a Shalimar. Next, we have Mon Guerlain. This is one of my top favorite perfumes ever. As you can see, this bottle is almost halfway gone. This is my second of this size bottle. It will forever live in my collection as long as it is available. Now we move on to Dolce & Gabbana. I have L'Imperatrice 3. This is like a grown-up body splash. It smells like, I think it's kiwi and guava watermelon. Really good for those really hot summer days. And speaking of hot summer days, we have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is like the OG. You need it in your collection. And then this is the flanker. This one came out last year. This is Light Blue Forever. So this is kind of a floral version of Light Blue. I had another flanker. I think it was called like Escape to Panorama or something like that, which I really, really love. We might revisit that one day. Next, we have Dolce & Gabbana Perfume. As you can see, this is another one that I really, really like. This smells like basically creamy raspberries and marshmallows. This is probably the perfume that I wear like when I want to feel super girly This is what I go to. And I wear this a lot at night when I'm sitting around in my nightgowns and robes. Next, we go to Dolce&Gabbana The One, the classic bergamot scent. The Only One, really nice perfume with a coffee note in it. This is The Only One Intense, and you saw the dent in The Only One, but like the dent in The Only One Intense is probably way more. You can't see it because it's a black bottle, but this is another one of those. You add tonka bean to it, I'm gonna love it forever. Next tray we have Armani and Yves Saint Laurent. Starting with Armani, we have Armani Code. This is another one of those that could have been a signature back in the day. I went through so many bottles of the original of this, like back in like 2010. This is the reformulation, but it smells pretty much the same as far as I can tell. Still really like it. And next we have Armani C. Again, this is another one that could be a signature if I had one. This is my second big bottle of Armani C because this is probably the fragrance that I go to the most, especially like if I don't have a particular mood in mind or I'm not thinking about what perfume I'm wearing on a certain day, it's most likely going to be Armani C. And then speaking of C, we have the flankers. So we have C Fiore and C Passion. C Fiore is being discontinued. I don't know why, because it's a really pretty fragrance and people really like it, but it was discontinued. I wish I had a bigger bottle. Might have to try to find some on like one of the discount sites. Rounding out my Armanis, we have Giorgio Armani My Way. This is another really good go-to fragrance. It's sweet and fruity, very crowd pleasing. And now we move on to Yves Saint Laurent. This is Black Opium. This has that coffee note. This is my second bottle of Black Opium. I wouldn't have called this a signature, but I definitely wore it a lot. And then we have Mon Guerlain. This is another one of those that I would consider kind of like an adult body splash. So it's very fruity, very sweet. YSL Leave. Number one, I don't know why I bought this tiny little bottle, but whatever. This is one of my favorite. Like this makes it into the top. I don't wear it as much as I probably would like to because it is a very bold in your face fragrance and like the projection is crazy. And I want to get the intense version. I think there's another flanker too. So, you know, we'll probably explore that later in my journey. All right, on to our next tray. We have kind of a mix here. So we have some Valentino, Dior, and Versace. This is Valentino Donna Born in Roma. It's a really classic bourbon vanilla. Again, this is one that you want to have in your collection. This is the newest flanker of that Donna Born in Roma Coral Fantasy, and this is like a really bright tropical fruity version of the original. And then this one is probably my favorite of the three. This is Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. And it's basically like lemon and rose. I really, really like this one, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. Now we move into Dior. This is the newest Miss Dior 2021. Miss Dior gets reformulated kind of often. And so each version of it is almost drastically different than the next, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. The Miss Dior Eau de Toilette. This is the 2019 version. Kind of a fruity rose fragrance. This one of all of them, this is my favorite. This is Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming. I love this. This is my second bottle of this. I had a travel size of this at one point, but yes to this. Then we go into Versace. So this is Versace Dylan Blue. This is another one of those that is a classic. This is my second bottle of Dylan Blue. It will always stay in my collection for as long as it is available. And then we have, it is a flanker of Dylan Blue. They don't smell anything alike to me, so I don't know why it's considered a flanker, but it is. But this is Dylan Turquoise. It's a very aquatic, again, it smells nothing like the original. And then this is Versace Crystal Noir. This is one of my most complimented perfumes. I literally had somebody that she said she followed me to find out what perfume I was wearing. Like one day I was wearing this. I ended up giving her a sample of it. But yeah, like I get compliments a lot on this perfume. So, and we're moving on. This tray we have, ooh, all right, it's starting to get heavier, but we have Tiffany & Company, we have Burberry, Replica, and Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture, I'm not even going to call this an adult body splash, honestly. It literally smells like a body splash. I still wore it for a really long time because I like sweet fragrances. I definitely have grown out of that one. This is Juicy Couture Gold. It's a nice vanilla. This is one that I will layer with other fragrances when I want to add some sweetness. Go into Burberry. This is Burberry Body. This is probably one of the first fragrances that I got that wasn't sweet, and I actually liked it. It's what they call like a skin scent, so it's very musky, but it smells like you just got out of the shower. Burberry Her. This is a classic. This is one that you should have in your collection. It's supposed to be similar to Baccarat Rouge 540. I do not find this similar at all. I don't know why people say that. It's very soft and it has that strawberry top note. And we have, this is brand new to my collection, Burberry Her Eau de Toilette. And the difference between these two, this one has a pear top note. So this one is a little more fresh, more aquatic version of the fragrance. Now we go to Tiffany & Company. This is Tiffany & Company. This is the intense version. I don't have the original because I felt like the two of them smelled similar enough that I only needed one. So I got the intense. It's a little bit, I think, creamier than the original. Tiffany & Co. Rose Gold. This is a really nice, fruity, sweet, sensual date night fragrance. And then we have Tiffany & Love. So this is a really light, fresh, really good for the summertime. Really like it. And then we go to Maison Margiela's replica line. This one is Lazy Sunday Morning. It reminds me of laying in the bed on a Sunday morning being lazy. And then this one is Bubble Bath. Oops, turn it this way. Both of these I tend to wear like at night to bed. Usually Lazy Sunday Morning a little more because it's a little sweeter. All right, so these are, you know, the kind of crazy bottles here. We have the Carolina Herrera's, we have some Marc Jacobs, and Jean Paul Gaultier. We are going to go into a classic. This is Carolina Herrera Good Girl. You have the iconic Stiletto Heel. This is like, you know, kind of your boss bitch fragrance. Just put it out there. That's what it is. I have the Flanker Good Girl Supreme. It's sweeter, and again, I like sweet fragrances. Then you have, this is a somewhat newer flanker. This is Very Good Girl. This is kind of a fruity version. I don't get much of the original out of this. Like, it kind of goes in a different direction, but I still really like it. I think it's lychee is the fruit in here. A brand new flanker, which is supposed to be a flanker of Good Girl, but it really smells like Very Good Girl, and Very Good Girl is supposed to be a flanker. I don't know how that all goes, but anyway, this is Very Good Girl Glam, kind of a cherry almond version. Next, we're going to go to Marc Jacobs. So, this is Marc Jacobs Decadence. I absolutely love this fragrance, and I cannot stand the packaging. This is another one of those that could have been considered a signature because I wore this for a really long time. Like, I think this is probably my second of the big bottles of this. It's been discontinued, but like if I can ever find it on a discount website or whatever when I run out, I will still buy it. And I picked up Perfect. This has a banana note in it, which I just think is really interesting for a perfume. I gravitated more towards Perfect Intense. This is really good for like cooler weather, transitioning into like maybe spring or so. Now we're gonna go to Jean Paul Gaultier, starting with Classique. This is another one of those classic fragrances that I feel like you should have. It's kind of a spicy vanilla, really pretty, it's really bold. And then we go to Reb'l. This is a really sexy, fruity perfume. Then we get into the legs. We have Scandale. This is literally like dripping in honey, and it is really, really bold. And then we have So Scandale, which dials back a little bit of that boldness, and this is more of like a creamy raspberry, very fruit forward in your face version of the Scandale. This next tray, these are like designers that I don't have a lot, like I don't have a collection of. These are like one-offs from each designer, so we'll just go through them one by one. Prada Candy. I have a love-hate relationship with Prada Candy because it smells a little synthetic to me at times. It gives me a cross of Chanel No. 5 and Caramel. This is Elie Saab, Girl of Now. This has a pistachio note, and I absolutely love it. I don't know if you can tell how much of this I've worn through the years. Michael Kors, I think it's Midnight Shimmer or Shimmery Midnight, something like that. I don't know. But this is a vanilla fragrance, and this was my favorite vanilla for like years and years, and then they discontinued it, and this is the only little bottle that I could find. So hopefully I don't even use it now because I don't want to run out of it. This is Aquilina Pink Sugar. This is another one of those fragrances that I get a lot of compliments on. It smells like cotton candy and sugar, and people love it. I think they actually discontinued it and then bought it back because people loved it that much. So now we're gonna go into Jimmy Choo Fever. I think I mentioned before how like I was wearing Juicy Couture Noir for a while and it smelled very body splashes to me. This smells like a grown-up version of the Juicy Couture Noir. This has a plum note in it, and it's just nice, sophisticated, fruity fragrance. This is Jo Malone, Honeysuckle and Divana. This fragrance reminds me of all the things I liked about being outside as a child. Just imagine going through the woods, picking up honeysuckles. That's what that is. So next we have Gucci Bamboo. You would think it's aquatic, but it's not. It's a very floral fragrance. And this is the only Gucci that I have. I don't really know why. I just didn't gravitate towards that those fragrances that much. And then we have Rebecca Minkoff. I really like fragrances that have tobacco in them. This one, it caught me off guard. I got this as a Scentbird selection one time and fell in love with it. I used like that whole scent and then I went and found this. So next we are going to move into my KLE collection. I have all of the KLEs that are available at the moment. KLE is a niche brand, but they have a price point of the designer fragrances. I'm gonna start with the vanilla. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. This is my new favorite vanilla, basically. And then we get into the citrus. I really like this citrus because it's grapefruit based, not like orange or lemon, so it's a little bit different. We have Deja Vu. This is like a white floral, really pretty. And then we have Elixir. It's one of those dark, alluring fragrances. Musk. I've not been able to get a 50 ml bottle of the musk. Every time I remembered to get it, it was sold out. And now it's even sold out on their website. So it bothers me a little bit because I want the size of all the rest of them, but it's fine. And then we have, these came out a little bit later, but we have Invite Only. This is one of those that smells like tobacco. This smells like fall in a bottle. Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. I had to get it right. This is like vacation in a bottle. That coconut really stands out in it. And then Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. It smells like the bottle looks and what the name is. Like it is sweet, it's bright, and it's just really pretty and fun. Now we get into some more expensive niche houses. Oh, Tom Ford, Initio, Creed, and Kilian. Starting with my Tom Fords, we have one that I think most people should include in their collection. This is like vacation in a bottle. This is Soleil Blanc. It's a very creamy coconut, but it's not super sweet. It's a good go-to everyday fragrance. Soleil Neige. This translates to, I think it's sun snow. So imagine like that feeling you get when you see the sun bouncing off the snow. That's what this smells like. This is one that could be considered also a signature and an everyday scent. Fucking fabulous. I bought this because of the name. Well, I was looking for it because of the name, but I actually bought it because I like the way it smells. It's kind of a powdery leather. It doesn't smell like you would think it smells from the name, but whatever. Tom Ford Bitter Peach. It smells like a peach, but it's not overly sweet, and it mixes very well with a lot of things. I like to mix this with Baccarat Rouge. I'll mix it with Coco Chanel Noir, and I mix it with, what is the other one? Oh, Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. Speaking of Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, I have that right here. You saw my Rihanna collection in the beginning. This is basically a continuation of that because you know it was rumored that this was her signature fragrance. So of course I added it to my collection. And I have Kilian Good Girl Gone Bad. I like this. It's a fresh scent. It's not too sweet. I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. This is one of the Sephora Kilian fragrances. This is the repackaged version of it because I could not stand the ones that have like that little circle globe on top or whatever. I hated them. Like I love the fragrances, but I couldn't stand the packaging, so I never bought it. So when they repackaged it, I bought it almost immediately. Creed Windflowers. This is new to my collection, and I haven't worn it that much. I think I've only worn it once. I liked it when I wore it. I actually did get complimented on it, so we'll see what that one brings. This is, I think it's Initio. I may be saying that wrong. I don't know. But this is Side Effects. This is like a tobacco rum. It almost smells like it has like a dark cherry in it, but it doesn't actually have any fruity notes in it. This is another one of those like fall in a bottle type fragrances. All right, so we are at our final tray of fragrances. I know y'all are like, finally. Parfums de Marly, and we have Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. From Parfums de Marly, this is Delena, another one of those modern classics. Again, if you're building a collection, you want to include her when you can. My favorite from the line, this is Melior. She's really soft, fruity. It's another one of those like adult body splash types. This is a good go-to every day, all year round. Castle, really sweet, really pretty. Sedberry, this is kind of like a spicy fruity, really good for like a summer date night. Then we have Oriana. This is another one of those, it smells like the bottle looks. It actually smells like bright pink fun. Puts me in the mind of Killian Love Don't Be Shy. So if you like that, you would probably like this one as well. Our MFKs, Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. So of course we have Baccarat Rouge 540. Everybody at this point has probably heard of it. It is extremely hyped, but it is hyped for a reason because, listen, it goes with any mood. Man, woman can wear it. You can wear it in any setting. It's a really good all-around fragrance. Ariana Grande Cloud is supposed to be a dupe, but to be honest, like if you get this one, you will understand why this one still reigns supreme. But anyway, moving on. We have, this is Gentle Fluidity. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of this one. This is a ambery vanilla. So it's not a super sweet vanilla. Again, this is good all year long, especially in winter months, but I really like it. It's really pretty. This is one of the newer fragrances to my collection, Amoureuse Femme, the Extrait. And I got the Extrait over the original version because this one has like a pear note in it, and so it kind of like mellows it out a little bit. They still smell very similar, but I like the pear note in that. All right, y'all, and that is my fragrance collection. Thank you for sticking through this with me. If you like this content, please let me know down in the comments. Also, like the video, and if there's anything else that you want to see, anything that you were curious about, or you have any video ideas, also let me know that. Do me a favor, subscribe, share this with your friends. I didn't go into detail about the fragrances here because it's a lot of them, but I'll do that in later videos. We'll be going into some skincare things. I'll throw in some lifestyle, maybe a vlog. I haven't decided yet because me being on camera is still kind of a thing for me. But I'm excited to share this journey with you guys. So thank you for joining me and have a good one. Bye.